your turnip greens, I
Yes.
understand? They were very good. I had 2 helpings of them. I appreciate that. I appreciate that introduction very much. You know, UT's playing South Carolina this weekend, and I want to tell you, I'm going to be over there next weekend. I'm having a tailgate party for the University of Memphis UT game. And I was there earlier this year campaigning as well. And I wanted to tell y'all a short story. I was there with Coach Johnny Majors at dinner and our congressman from West Tennessee, John Tanner. And they are fast friends. And y'all may not know this, but Johnny Majors is a dyed-in-the-wool Democrat. He's huge. His brother and my father served together in the state legislature. So Majors was telling Tanner this story about these 2 elderly gentlemen who were discussing politics. And one of them said to his friend, he said, well, why are you a Democrat? And the friend said, well, you know, my great-grandfather was a Democrat, my grandfather was a Democrat, my father was a Democrat. I really came to appreciate the values that they taught me, and that's why I'm a Democrat. And so his friend looked at it and said, well, what if your great-grandfather had been a horse thief, and your grandfather's been a horse thief, and your father's been a horse thief? And the guy looked at it for a minute and he said, well, I guess I'd have been a Republican. Thank y'all for organizing this. And I want to thank all of y'all for turning out on Thursday night in support of the Macon County Democratic Party. The work y'all do is vitally important to the future of this state. And I just want you to know that I am proud to be here among you tonight. You know, 2010 is going to be a crucial year for not only our state, but also our party. We're going to face tough political challenges next year, and our state is going to face historic economic challenges. Tennessee's got to have a governor who can stand up to the political challenges and manage through the tough economic times. And I tell you, as I've traveled this state, by the way, this will be my 41st county. As I've traveled this state, the reoccurring question I get is, Mike, knowing what the issues are in this state's future, why do you want to run for governor? And I tell you, the answer for me is very simple. As you look out across this state, the landscape of it, we have all seen thousands of jobs literally disappear as factories have closed. Our state unemployment right now is hovering right under 11%. That's the highest it's been since 1982. Tennessee has got to have a governor who will put the creation and savings of jobs front and center on the agenda. And that's why I'm running for governor. Now, I'm a businessman. I'm not a career politician. But as I look out across this state, I see some huge challenges in our future in areas such as healthcare and education, as well as now unemployment. From day one, in order to be successful, the next governor of this state's got to be somebody with the skills and the background who understands how to build this economy, how to create jobs, and I think most importantly now, how to maintain jobs here in Tennessee. You know, how will that be done? I know it's going to sound like a cliche, but we've got to get even greater accountability out of state government. You have to put working men and working women's needs ahead of politics. We have got to build an education system in this state that will allow our kids to compete on a global basis. And you've got to be able to balance the state budget without an income tax in such a way as not to harm services for our working families, but at the same time maintain revenue to grow our infrastructure to create jobs. These are challenges I can meet because I have spent my lifetime in the trenches of business and I've been creating jobs. But I want to give y'all a little bit of a snapshot about my background. I know many of you know me as Ned McWhirter's son, and this is a repeat visit for me to Macon County because I was here when my father was governor and when he was running. But I grew up going from kindergarten through the 12th grade in Union City, Tennessee public schools. Like most kids, I mowed lawns in the summertime, and then I worked at my grandmother's meat 3. She served a meal just about like that, although she charged for it. And I was bussing tables there just about from the time I could walk. same job my father had when he was a youngster. I went on to college and I went to law school. In the summers I came home from college and I worked at the Goodyear plant in Union City, Tennessee. My job was to hand stack the tires onto the trailers for shipment out of that plant. Now, I've hauled a little hay in my life. Some of you gentlemen have too. And I can tell you, being inside those trailers on 100-degree days is about as close to hauling hay as any job you're ever going to find. Then in 1985, I took a leave of absence from my law practice to work in my dad's campaign. I traveled all 95 counties in that campaign. I learned a lot about Tennessee and a lot about Tennesseans' dreams for their future. A few years later, I got a chance to fulfill a dream of my own. I got a chance to buy a business in Jackson, Tennessee, which is where I live now. I borrowed the money, I took that risk, and along with the help of the great people in our company, we paid back our debts, we built our business, and I believe we've been a very good organization for our community. I also happen to serve as the chairman of the board of a small community bank in West Tennessee, as well as a director for the Jackson Energy Authority. That's the local utility there that provides everything from wastewater to natural gas to electricity. But the thing I want to point out, we have a broadband program there now. JEA recognized early on that one of the keys to attracting industry into Jackson and to maintaining industry there was to have a good broadband program. That's the kind of services I know have to be expanded all across Tennessee, throughout our rural communities. It's every bit as important to have internet byways as concrete highways these days. On the home front, I've been married for the last 20 years to the same great gal, Mary Jane. We're going to have our anniversary in December. We've got 2 kids. They're 18 and 16. And now that I've got one that's looking to go off to college, my dreams truly for both of them are that they can live in this state, where they can find good paying jobs, have adequate affordable health care, and be able to raise families of their own. And I hope one day I'll be a grandfather. But you know, in order for that to happen, for that whole generation of Tennesseans, Tennessee right now is going to have smart, savvy leadership. I understand the difference leadership can make. The number one thing I learned from my father as governor is that you've got to put the interests of the working man and working woman first. You've got to protect them first. That was a different day when he was governor, but I believe those values were as true then as they remain now. Tennessee really does face some huge challenges. As your next governor, I want to join with you to meet those, because I believe I know where the growth in Tennessee is. It lies in our kids who are eager to learn and open to new ideas. It lies in our working families. It lies in our rural areas as well as our urban areas. And it lies in our values as Tennesseans who honor work, faith, and family.
He does.
You know, I think for the next governor to be successful, that individual's got to be someone of really strong democratic values, someone who's interested in helping those in need, someone who is interested in providing opportunities to those who seek them, someone who will help ensure that we have adequate, affordable, accessible health care. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll be that governor. But I want to conclude by telling you all a short story.